channel, and we are going to talk about the second part of the education system in US mainly. Now you can just start this session. How it is different? What is the major difference? Those aspects only let us cover more.
So India, it has 320 million students. Compare that to America's 80 million students. India has a lot more students, and also there can be 80 or even 100 students in just one single class. But in US, the students in one class does not exceed 30 students. And in India, there are 11 million teachers, but in America there are 3.2 million teachers. In India, now let's talk about the education budget. In India, the education budget is $12.5 billion, and in America the education budget is $1.3 billion. And so India spends about 4.6% of its GDP, but America spends around 7 to 8% of its GDP.
So, what measures, according to budget and other changes, major changes, what they have to bring now in education system in India, especially because you have studied here and you have studied there?
So, in India, there is poor infrastructure. You have to make it better infrastructure.
What do you mean by infrastructure? Can you elaborate very clearly? What are the things we are expecting in the school infrastructure means?
So like the chairs, tables, benches, electrical equipment. You have to make them get new chairs, because in government managed schools, a lot of government managed schools, those basic supplies are old and they cannot be used. So that's why many students in India go to private schools.
Okay. In your community schools, you tell me about what is community schools, what are the private schools, why people prefer to community schools here?
So in America,
community schools, who manages it?
So it's called public schools, and the government manages the public schools. And people go there because you don't have to pay money, and you have to be within 2 miles of that school to go to that school, and you have to pay for the house. There's taxes to pay for that house, and then the money that you pay for the house.
That means the community within 2 kilometers range, people staying there only, they will get admissions there, and because of this, people will not go on the road. There will be no traffic jams, no accidents. There will be not pollution. So either they'll come by walk or they'll by cars, and that is a range of 2 kilometers only. I think this is the main advantage for the children also. So there's no panic. And what about the roads? The school, it is anybody can walk in. They'll put some many signals there about the roads to cross lines and anything you can just say.
So in US, it says there's a board that says you cannot go. The car cannot go more than 20 miles per hour because it's during school hours. Because if a student is walking and the car is going like 30 or 40 miles per hour, then the student may get seriously hurt.
Okay, well, that means when you're coming from the school outside, and I think your teachers also will take care of you till you cross the road. And what is that? Or some volunteers will come there. How it happens in the school?
So a lot of volunteers come.
The volunteers are from where?
From normal parents.
Achha.
And also when they're in the school, when they're crossing the road, like there's a playground and then there's a school part, there's a road in between, there's a teacher in the middle, and then the teacher has a stop sign for cars, and so the children can cross safely across it.
Okay, can you tell me something about the syllabus? You're in 4th class. What are the subjects and how it has been covered, and what is the homework? Can you just explain very elaborately for us?
So in America, there are a lot of subjects in 4th grade. So I'll tell all of them. So there's math, science, social studies, writing, reading, spelling, and grammar.
Okay.
And in fourth grade here, you have two teachers. So if there's class A and class B, teacher A and teacher B, class B goes to teacher A and class A goes to teacher B.
Suppose teacher absents herself, then what will they be? No teacher means that day you all have to go home, or what is that how they manage?
Like if the teacher is absent that day. Yeah, so if the teacher is not there for some kind of reason, there's a substitute teacher comes, and that substitute teaches the normal things that a teacher
So
would.
now you have seen the teachers in India and teachers here, and what is the major difference in dealing with the students? How they deal? They are very friendly, they're very strict, and what is the difference between here and there? Can you explain to us?
In America, the teachers are very friendly, and then but in India, the teachers are very strict.
Okay. So which one is a better, strict or very, friendly?
If a teacher is strict, then then the student may feel stressed. But if the teacher is friendly, then the student will understand better.
Okay, the paper question pattern, India and US, what is the difference? What they are focusing on the testing in the question paper and what they are focusing here, and the paper marks and all. How do you think about which is the best method of examinations and all?
So in America, you go to college. If you get very good grades, then you have to pay less money for college. But if you have bad grades, then you have to pay a lot of money. And in America, starting from middle school to high school, if you play a sport, you'll get better grades. But in India, it's only studies. So if you get good grades, then you'll pass to the next grade. But in America, you have to be also nice. So if you're not nice to the other students, then you have to repeat that grade.
Okay. Now you can also tell us something about how to get the good grades and whether they'll give the extra tuition for you or extra focus for you. What is that actually? Suppose we are not able to get some grades in some subjects.
So if you don't understand, then if you don't understand what the teacher is speaking, then there's another teacher that helps you understand helps you understand what the teacher is doing, and then that teacher makes the student do assignments.
Suppose you're not getting good marks or grades, then whether they'll call you, your parents, and they'll also counsel them, or what is the procedure there?
So
How often they'll call them?
if that student does not understand anything, then that other teacher who is who teaches students who does not understand will tell the parent, and if the parents agree, then that student will go to that other teacher and then learn from that teacher.
Okay. Now, apart from the syllabus, what you're talking about 6 subjects, and what are the other cultural activities, other subjects, what you are having in your subject, and what is actually how much you are spending money, and how we are going ahead with that. Whatever the clubs, can you tell me something about what other clubs you are having in the class?
So I have GT. I have GT and
What
also.
is GT? Can you explain to us?
So GT it's short for gifted and talented. So it's a hard exam. And then after you pass, then you learn a lot because they'll give you hard assignments.
So for preparing that, they'll give any set material they'll give, or you acquire some material from the different places and you are preparing yourself and preparing and writing examination.
On the day of the exam, I wrote the exam and then I got into GT.
Okay.
So they give hard assignments, and then
what are assignments they give to you? Can you just narrate to us?
So there's programming a robot. Okay. Was one. Another
so
one.
So you are able to run the program robot now?
Yeah, and there's another one to build for Thanksgiving themed. It was called how to build a turkey without the instructions.
Okay.
And also to make another one was to
so for gifted talent, to be shortlisted, how many hours of efforts you have put per day and how many books you have studied per day? Can you just tell us?
So GT, it's for 2 hours once a week, and the program robot, it took like 1 month and a week to finally understand everything. In
Okay.
so you may fail at first, but then you learn how to do it, you retry, and then you succeed.
Okay. Okay. So you have been shortlisted. How you felt that when you got first time you have been shortlisted in the Cricket Talented
I,
student?
I was very happy that I got selected, and I was very excited to go to my first gifted and talented class.
Okay. So from there, actually, when what is the next assignment you got it, and how have been selected, casted, what is the method of that? Can you explain what is the Lone Star and all?
So
Very elaborately can you explain to people?
so starting from fourth grade in America, there's something called Lone Star, and then you don't have. You can also go into the Lone Star exam, even if you don't do GT. But they give you a study guide every year. It's about a different country. This year it's about Russia.
Okay, what is that in Russia you have covered? Broad, just very briefly can explain in 2 3 minutes.
So the study guide, it was about the space race, and then my parents asked me different questions about the space race, and I practiced and practiced, and then there were two types. There was two tests. There was a multiple choice test, and there's an essay test. So in the essay, they gave a prompt, and you had to write. In the multiple choice test, um they gave a question, and then you had to answer in like four choices.
Okay, how many pages you have gone through to write that test? Total, how many pages, how many hours of it, what's your purpose?
So every day I work like 1 hour.
So in 1 hour, how many pages you can read and understand?
So in 1 hour I could read that like the Lone Star bracket, like maybe like 7 or 8 times.
How many pages?
Wait, so maybe 7 or 8 or even 9 times. And the Lone Star packet, then it was 8 pages.
Okay, then what else?
Um,
What do you want about Lone Star? And you tell me something about flags. Actually, we found that there are 2 3 flags at your school. How it is different? How many flags you have seen in India? Can you tell something about the flags?
So in America, there are three flags at a store or a building. First one is the store. The second one is the state. Like if you're in Oklahoma, then you'll have an Oklahoma flag. If you're in Florida, you'll have a Florida flag. And if you're in Texas, you'll have a Texas flag. And the third one is the country flag, which is US because it's in US.
Okay. So then, any other things you wanted to share, which is really people can understand, and they'll also try to get some awards and like you. And what are the others? And what Lone Star? Can you explain in further? What is that actually Lone Star?
So
And why you feel that and I think you have been shifted from California to here. Can you share something about what is the something you can share with us? What is the California? And you also can share about your pre-primary school in California and pre-primary school in India. Can you just explain actually what is the difference? And I think your sister is going to some what is that? She's going to which school? She's going your sister before going to the school.
Just going to school in India.
What is the school that is called?
Um,
She also gone to the play school.
yeah, she went to
Can you
preschool.
tell actually what is a play school? Why people go to play school? Can you tell me here?
So first I'm gonna tell about Lone Star, and I'm gonna tell why
Okay.
people move from California to Texas, and I'll talk about preschool.
Okay.
So I'll continue talking about Lone Star now. So in Lone Star, if you succeed, then you have to learn. This year it's about Russia, so you